We start the proof by using one of the quotient identities we learned in trigonometry. Tangent x is equal to sine x over cosine x. And then find the derivative of both sides. The derivative of tangent x with respect to x is equal to the derivative of sine x over cosine x with respect to x. And then apply the quotient rule for derivatives. The derivative of f of x over g of x with respect to x is equal to g of x times the derivative of f of x with respect to x minus f of x times the derivative of g of x with respect to x over the square of g of x, or denominator times the derivative of the numerator minus numerator times the derivative of the denominator over the square of the denominator. So this is now equal to cosine x times the derivative of sine x with respect to x minus sine x times the derivative of cosine x with respect to x over cosine squared x. Denominator times the derivative of the numerator minus numerator times the derivative of the denominator over the square of the denominator. In one of the videos in this channel, we learned that the derivative of sine x with respect to x is equal to cosine x. So, substitute cosine x for the derivative of sine x with respect to x. We also learned in one of the videos in this channel that the derivative of cosine x with respect to x is equal to negative sine x. So substitute negative sine x for the derivative of cosine x with respect to x. So this is now equal to negative sine x times the negative sine x over cosine squared x. Cosine x times cosine x minus sine x times negative sine x over cosine squared x. This is equal to cosine x times cosine x is equal to cosine squared x. Negative sine x times negative sine x is equal to positive sine squared x over cosine squared x. According to the Pythagorean identity we learned in trigonometry, sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. Substitute 1 for cosine squared x plus sine squared x. So we have now 1 over cosine squared x. One of the reciprocal identities we learned in trigonometry is secant x is equal to 1 over cosine x. If secant x is equal to 1 over cosine x, then secant squared x is equal to 1 over cosine squared x. Substitute secant squared x for 1 over cosine squared x. So this is now equal to secant squared x. Therefore, the derivative of tangent x with respect to x is equal to secant squared x.